Alright, so this is the latest session that occurred, session 23 of the Fractured Heart of Stathmore campaign. And although I love my 33rd brethren, the hat was getting a little bit hot. So I decided to take that one off. Anyway, we last left off, the party had just arrived at Aram in order to kind of question a Sir Baron Ulrich Crow about why he left High Burrows, which is now considered called Ungok because of the orc invasion. Not really an invasion, but it was a conquest, I guess you could say, of the undead. So anyway, they were at night. It was at night, so they parked out of sight from Aram on a hill, because Aram is actually, you could say, like in a grove, but it's sort of underground, not really, because it's, take a rolling hill, right? You cut off one end of it and then you hollow it out, and that's sort of where it is. It's big, gorgeous, grove, hole in the top to let sunlight in. Just looks magnificent, in my opinion. I don't know. I created the place, so I can't really say anything. So, they decided to camp out since it's about 10 at night, I think. So they camp away from the town, and they even camp away from their car. And everyone takes a watch, and during Egan's watch, a caravan passes through, and he gets in a nice long discussion about kind of like, you guys don't know how Aram works, do you? And it's this character named Yevit Lacklorden speaks with him and just says, like, well, in this town, you actually have to go to the people, and some people are up like 24/7 tending to their gardens. It's a very green community, if you will. And he's just sitting there explaining, like, you just go up to their house and ask if you can stay, because there is no inn. There's no metalworking. It's not that they don't believe in metal. It's just that they don't really have one. They have a leatherworking shop, and yeah. So that's pretty much what's there. So, they, he thanks them, and they, after their nice little talk, also I threw in a Calvin and Hobbes reference, because one person that was going to join, Locke, mad love to you, he couldn't, he was going to join, but unfortunately things came up. So, yeah, so they, go through that, and, to kind of attract the right attention, Jerusa begins playing in the center of town, and there's this character named Helbin Willis-Starr, meets with them, and says to, ask if they would come with him to go meet Crow, and because he's one of the associates, and he figured that they would be in town. So, they said, that they would consider it, and he said, well, okay, well, just meet me at the big tree. It's big Tangavir tree. I think that's the Tarangian tree. Anyway, it's a big, gorgeous tree in the middle of town, so they, they kind of agree to meet there at 12. So, they go to the Duran, in the meantime, they go into the Duran Eatery for breakfast or brunch, and a lot of, I guess you could say, meme stuff ensued, because Sigurd went in the back to get some Szechuan sauce, because he's the Phantom who plays him, fun guy. He watches Rick and Morty and hear that they have Szechuan sauce, so he made his mission to go in the back and go demand some. So yeah, they go out shopping for another hour after he gets his sauce, and at the time, it was Egan and Sigurd. No, Egan and Drusa go off together, while Sigurd and Alvaro. And Sigurd actually sends out the Pen of a Billion Words to go get Lashish's measurements, because he wants to get her. He actually skinned the dragon from last session. Actually got a sheet of scale, and amazingly enough, actually wants to make her a dress out of it. So he goes and takes care of that, and yeah, so he sends the Pen of a Billion Words, which actually has a fly speed of like 7 miles per hour, but can fly at 20 feet, so now people can grab it. So, yeah, and so they agree with, they meet with Star back in the center of town, and decide that they're going to go to the estate. They're going to go meet around like 4:30 in the afternoon, or 16:30, because I use military time in this. And they, after talking with Crow, they find out that Crow's associate actually left, and that kind of brought suspicion in Crow. And his associate was named Darian Price. And the group immediately latches on to Hugh Kirby being Darian Price. Again, can't confirm that identity swap, but whatever else. So yeah, and it's brought up about Traegman's pin, because Egan is actually searching for an item, and the last person that knew about it was Crow. So they bring up this really kind of weird discussion about the pin, and Crow gets like kind of in a sinister way, says, well, I'll trade you information about the pin for a night with Drusilla. And is very uncomfortable. Everyone just like immediately just stabs their words into Crow, and she ends up staying the night. It's nothing sexual happens, and then in the morning, everyone kind of meets, and Crow gives them information and tells them to meet with Atu Verk, and it's kind of the only it was very interesting interaction, very uncomfortable. I like eliciting emotions. So, yeah, so they go into the center of they go, not the center, but they go towards Durin's Eatery, and they see him actually getting thrown out of there. Very disheveled. And that's where the campaign starts. Not the campaign, but you get the next session. I'm very excited for the next session. Might be recording the next session and just throwing that up as a massive campaign log. So that way you can actually also hear the players. Anyway, thank you very much for listening, and see you next time.